Now at 5, a Villanova University football player is facing sexual assault charges tonight. Investigators say he raped another Villanova student.
20-year-old Dahani Cobbs is a wide receiver on the team. The university says he was arrested Friday in connection with the incident that allegedly happened in December.
It is Monday night, and the big story in Action News is serious charges filed against a Villanova University football player.
Court records allege that this incident happened in a dorm room in December. Action News reporter Chad Perdelli live for us now in media with the full story and what more of those court documents show. Chad.
Shari, the allegations in those court records are disturbing, and if true, this was forcible rape, and the lives of two young adults are likely changed forever. On the Tony Villanova campus, horror and disgust over the alleged rape of a student by fellow student and freshman football player Dahani Cobbs in early December.
I think it's awful. My heart goes out to the survivor.
According to the criminal complaint, Cobbs and the alleged victim met at an off-campus event. The two and Cobbs' roommate returned to the football player's dorm room. The roommate left, and Cobbs is accused of forcing the fellow student onto the bed, face down, and raping her.
Very simply, he didn't take no for an answer.
Delaware County District Attorney Tanner Rouse says there is corroborating evidence on the victim and Cobbs' cell phones. The complaint says Cobbs texted the victim later in the day saying, quote, "My apologies if I made you feel uncomfortable. If you want to talk about it over the phone or in person, we can just come to more of an understanding."
I'm praying for the family and for the woman that was involved. And so, yeah, I just hope everyone can learn from this and that this doesn't happen again.
The alleged victim reported the assault to Villanova police. A rape kit was performed, and Cobbs was charged last week with rape, aggravated indecent assault, and other charges. The university says it immediately removed Cobbs from campus and released a statement that reads in part, "Sexual violence of any kind is not tolerated on our campus, and we are committed to both supporting the victim and fostering a safe environment for all of our students."
My message to college kids, to high school kids, to everyone listening is the exact same message I give to my 7- and 9-year-old. When it comes to somebody else's body, no means no, stop means stop. It doesn't matter the context. If they don't want you doing it, don't do it.
And Cobbs is out on $250,000 unsecured bail. Attempts to reach him and his attorney for comment were unsuccessful. In media, Chad Perdelli, Channel 6, Action News. Shari?
All right, Chad, thank you.
Now, thousands of everyday food products found in American homes are now at the center of a major safety scare. From breakfast cereals and chocolates to soft drinks and even painkillers. Nearly 2,000 popular items have been recalled after federal health officials found signs of rodent and bird contamination at a U.S. warehouse. Well, the recall involves products distributed by Minnesota-based Gold Star Distribution, a company that supplies goods to stores across the Midwest. But an inspection by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, revealed alarming conditions at one of its facilities in Minneapolis. According to the FDA, inspectors found rodent droppings, rodent urine, and bird waste in areas where food, medical items, cosmetics, and pet products were stored.
These conditions create a significant risk that products held at the facility may have been contaminated with filth and harmful microorganisms.
The FDA then upgraded the recall to what's known as Class 2 level. Well, this means the affected products may cause temporary health problems. But in some cases, the risk could be far more serious. The scale of the recall is huge. The products were sold at over 50 retail locations across Minnesota, Indiana, and North Dakota. And some of the most recognizable brands in American kitchens are on the list. Food items include Nutella, Cheerios, Rice Krispies, Special K, Lucky Charms, Jif Peanut Butter, Pringles, Skittles, Snickers, Twix, Haribo Gummy Bears, and Takis. Popular drinks like Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Gatorade, Smart Water, Arizona Iced Tea, and Fiji Water were also affected. But the recall does not stop at food. Several medical products have also been flagged. These include Tylenol, Advil, Excedrin, Benadryl, Dayquil, Hall's vitamin C drops, and Mentos vitamin gum. Even personal care items like deodorants, pregnancy tests, and pet food have been part of the recall, caused by possible rat transmission.
Rodents are the main reservoirs of Leptospira, the bacteria that causes leptospirosis in humans and animals. Contaminated medical devices may increase the risk of device-associated infections, drugs and foods may cause adverse health effects if ingested, and cosmetics applied to the skin or eyes may lead to skin irritation, infection, or other adverse reactions.
The FDA also warned that bacteria can spread through airborne particles from animal waste. Well, this means even sealed packages may not always be safe. Consumers who bought any of the affected products are being told to destroy them immediately. They should not be eaten, used, or returned to stores. In recent weeks, chia seeds were also recalled over salmonella fears in the US. For now, the FDA says it's continuing to monitor the situation. No major outbreaks have yet been reported. But the warnings are clear. If any of these products are sitting in your home, for now, the safest place for them, according to the FDA, is not on your shelf, but in your bin. The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, First Post America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is First Post America.
This is what might come to mind when you think of the word homeless. People on a corner or living in tents who were used to give the federal government a point-in-time snapshot of the unhoused population in Tarrant County.
The point-in-time count really shows us the tip of the iceberg.
Center for Transforming Lives CEO Carol Klosik says there's a lot it doesn't count, like people staying in motels or crammed in homes. It often misses families living in their cars, people like Tanisha Thomas.
And I was staying in the Walmart parking lots and church parking lots.
Then she went from couch to couch when she had her baby boy until she reached a breaking point.
I told her my situation and that I was suicidal, which I was.
Not able to work because she had no child care, not able to save because she couldn't work.
First step for me was to ask for help.
The Center for Transforming Lives took her in and for the first time in 3 years, helped her move into her own place.
I feel it now. It was weights lifted off my shoulders.
Her car serves a different purpose. It takes her to and from TCC, where she's made the Dean's List and is set to graduate in May.
Our life is purposeful, and there's a reason for everything we go through so that we can go back and tell others how to get through it.
A life, she says, not possible without resources, many of which are determined by the government's point in time.
We need to solve the affordable housing crisis in order to really be able to address this, but we won't unless we know what the need is.
So people like Thomas can help their community thrive.
Those are investments that pay dividends for our community.
In Fort Worth, I'm Brittany Costello.
Well, moving on, barely a week after a stabbing incident rocked Taipei, Japan has witnessed a mass stabbing attack on Friday. As per reports, a total of 15 people were injured at the factory of the Yokohama Rubber Company in the city of Mishima. This is located west of Tokyo. The law enforcement authorities rushed to the spot when the firefighting department received a call about the incident at 4:30 p.m. local time. While 8 people were stabbed, 7 others were sprayed upon with bleach. But out of the 8 people who were rushed to the hospital, 5 are believed to be in serious condition. Meanwhile, the police have arrested a 38-year-old man on the suspicion of attempted murder. He is believed to be connected to the factory and was seen wearing a gas mask and carried a knife. This marks the second such case in Japan this year. In May, a 43-year-old man was charged with attempted murder for slashing 2 passengers with a knife at a Tokyo subway station. Now, the latest stabbing incident comes on a day when the government of Taiwan's capital city held a security drill to raise people's awareness in wake of the Taipei stabbing incident of December 19th. As part of the drill, a person posing as an attacker threw a smoke grenade in an underground station, causing 2 people to collapse. And thereafter, people in the station were evacuated. The other simulated scenarios included indiscriminate armed attack at a bus station and shopping mall. Meanwhile, a veteran journalist, Chen Yisheng, recalled moments as he filmed the deadly Taipei attack, which killed 3 people and injured nearly a dozen others. His videos showed the attacker, Chang Wen, throwing smoke grenades and standing up with a knife at the crossroads. It also showed the assailant slash a motorcyclist and a passerby with a knife before running to a departmental store. Weighing in on the incident, the journalist said that he saw the assailant cross the road like a normal person. He also claimed that the police was late to respond when he shouted for help. According to him, this video helped the police to quickly confirm the attacker's identity.
I never imagined I would be able to film this crime at that moment. I feel very fortunate that, thanks to my years of experience in news reporting, I was able to record the scene completely and clearly. Or rather, because of this video, the police were able to quickly confirm that he was the suspect. And the video I filmed also allowed the public to know how cruel the suspect's crime was.
Security has been increased at major transit hubs and large public events in Taiwan. The question remains on what steps will the authorities take to issue a public concern over such growing attacks.
KHOU 11 starts right now with a breaking news alert.
First up tonight, that breaking news. These are brand new photos showing Harris County deputies capturing one of the 3 dogs involved in a deadly attack along a Katy walking trail.
Yeah, these images posted by Precinct 5 showing the final moments after a 4-hour search for a pack of dogs that mauled a man to death, then attacked a mother and her child.
This happened off Porter Road along the Mason Creek hiking trail in West Harris County. Troy Kless joins us live with the investigation and brand new surveillance of the attack on that mom. Troy.
Yeah, Mia, that's correct. And in this neighborhood, they say that they've seen the elderly man walking as he usually does every day. But again, we have just obtained video within the last hour that shows the dog attacking the second time. Now, here is some surveillance video that appears to show 3 dogs coming out of nowhere, running across the street and attacking a mom and their 3-year-old daughter who were just outside of their home. And you see that the dogs start barking at the woman and eventually bite the woman on the leg. And again, this attack is causing fear for others.
This is unbelievable. I just really can't. It's like, honestly, I'm nervous now. I don't know if I want to walk over here now.
Karen Scott says she would see a couple in passing on her usual morning walk.
Because, I mean, they walk every day. Him and his wife walk every single day. I don't care if it's cold, burning up, or whatever. Raining, they're going to walk.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a man in his 60s was walking along this trail when he failed to return home. Family went looking for him.
Our first witness actually saw the individual being attacked by the dogs, so we're not sure how he came upon the dogs.
Harris County deputies say the first attack happened along the walking trail around 10 a.m. A call came in about a second attack along Persimmon Creek Lane, where 3 dogs attacked a mom and her 3-year-old daughter. 3 dogs are now in animal control. One of them was tranquilized after a deputy shot one of the dogs.
Right now, homicide detectives are interviewing the owners of the dogs, trying to determine exactly how they escaped from the yard.
You want a second poll?
This surveillance video shows animal control taking one of the dogs into custody, a tragic reminder for residents to be cautious.
You know, the sheriff's office says that these dogs belong to someone. They're talking to the owner about what happened. When you hear that, what do you think?
That's pretty scary because, as I was saying, I don't really see any dogs without the person who owns the dog running around. Not even in the neighborhood.
And it's unclear if the dog's owner will be charged. And coming up tonight at 10, you will hear from the woman who managed to save herself and her child before the attack could have become more serious. Reporting live in Katy, Troy Kless, KHOU 11 News.
For now, just relieved they have that last dog. Troy Kless, thank you.
This morning, historic flooding forcing thousands in Washington state to evacuate. New images capturing the devastation in the Pacific Northwest, including a home swept away. This video from the King County Sheriff's Office showing first responders rescuing people trapped in their homes by the high water. Houses, vehicles submerged.
This is historic flooding that goes all the way back till somebody started keeping a record.
Our Trevor Alt in Burlington.
Look at the flooding in this neighborhood in Burlington. They told the entire town at 6 this morning to evacuate immediately. The National Guard was going door to door.
In Oregon, this massive landslide sweeping over the highway. Officials saying the damage will cause a long-term closure of the roadway. Monica Mendez showing video of the area where weeks ago she celebrated her son's second birthday. Now it's under feet of water.
And I'm just in shock, like trying to process everything that is like thinking about this party, like my family was just here.
Emergency shelters in Skagit County have become homes to entire families. Robert Gilkey and his family got out of their home as the water was rising.
We started packing our car and moving as much as we could upstairs as quick as we could.
On Friday, President Trump signed a federal emergency declaration which will bring much needed federal aid to the area.
Mother Nature is at its best right now, showing us who's boss.
Minutes developing tonight, Palmetto police have now identified the Bojangles employee accused of opening fire and killing a man in the parking lot. His name is Maurice Evans of Forest Park. So Evans is now charged with murder after a shooting this afternoon at the restaurant on Roosevelt Highway. 11 Alive's Galat Malamed spoke with the victim's family about what led up to this shooting.
Police say this shooting began with an altercation, and relatives I spoke to say that man was coming here just to try and help his daughter.
This is a sad situation, just sad. So I just hope justice be served.
Family mourning the loss of Dominique Goodman. They say he was shot and killed in this Bojangles parking lot Sunday afternoon. His relative, Marlene Lately, rushed to the restaurant on Roosevelt Highway.
My son called me and I didn't hesitate, jumped up and got ready and came out here.
She says Goodman came to the restaurant because his teenage daughter, who works there, called him asking for help.
I guess her and the manager might have got into it or something like that. So she called her dad, which any child would do. And the dad came up there to see about his daughter.
Lately says when Goodman arrived, the manager was waiting for him in the parking lot.
Now he's laying there on the ground and his family seeing him. You know, it's sad. That's sad.
Palmetto police say they believe a Bojangles employee fired the shots and is now in custody. Officers responded to the shooting around 1:15 p.m., blocking off the area for more than 4 hours. A representative for Bojangles tells 11 Alive News its hearts go out to the victim and all those impacted, writing in part, "The safety of our guests and team members is always our top priority. The franchisee is fully cooperating with local law enforcement as they conduct their investigation." Lately pleading for an end to the violence.
I'm just telling everybody, put down these guns, start thinking.
That now has her family planning a funeral this holiday season.
It's terrible. I mean, because here come Christmas, they wait, you know, he probably got everything ready for him. And now you got to spend the holidays without your dad and their cousin and brothers.
This is an ongoing investigation, and police are asking any witnesses to reach out to them. In Palmetto, Galat Malamed, 11 Alive News.